Welcome to another tutorial for using LiveBinder in CP1 and CP2. This is Professor Lori Call. I am a professor in Bakersfield for CP seminar, both 1 and 2. So I wanted to just take a look at, you've got LiveBinder up on your screen. And what I've got here are two folders. You've got your Getting Started folder, your LiveBinders tutorial, and then I have a copy of CP2 and a copy of CP1. So I'm going to just remind you again how to change the name of this document. So I'm going to go in and change it by clicking on it in the Edit button. I showed you how to do this in a previous tutorial, but I'm just going to change the name to make sure I have it updated. Just going to click Save. And now when I go back, I will have my LiveBinder. I'll click on My Binders. So now what I want to show you is what many of you are having issues with is when you go into your document, it is no longer saved when you go back out and come back in. It's got someone else's information in it. You need to think of this as a Google Doc, a shared doc. If you share a Google Doc with someone, it is going to be typable by everyone who has that link. So I shared that Google Doc with you, with every single one of you through the binder. So what's going to happen is you're all going to be typing on the same document unless you make a copy yourself. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to click on it. You can either click on Open or click on the binder itself. This is a brand new binder, nothing's typed in it, so I'm going to pretend and I'm going to go in now to the pre-tab intern information, and this is the one most people are having problems with the most, is the CP placement report and schedule. So we go in, and what we're probably going to see is, yes, my typing there. That was something that the original from me, I typed in as an example. So what I need to do is, the first thing I need to do is go in. I'm going to go to the Save button. I have already made a copy of this. If it does not generate a question to say, do you want to make a copy? You need to make a copy for yourself, just like you would in Google Docs. So because this has already been saved and it's a copy of my own copy, it does not offer that here. But if you click on the Save button, it should say Make a Copy Now. You're going to click on Make a Copy Now, and then now when you type in it, you'll be able to save your content, and that'll only be for you. I'm going in now and I'm taking out the previous person's information. But the other thing is that if you look up here at the top, I can also change the name of it up at the top. So I'm going to put in, so that I know that it's my document, Lori Call. There we go. And so now I've saved it that way, and it's also going to be available in this open file here. If it is not, see right here how it's gray? If it were someone else's copy, then it would be showing up here so that I could click on it. Like I've been in these other documents here, I could go in and open any of those. This particular document would show up there under Recent Files. Another feature is to click on and off the people who are in this document. Okay, so you see how I'm clicking on these buttons down here? When I clicked off on LK, who is me in another document, I no longer saw their content on here, and then I could continue to move it and manipulate it and let it become my own. Once I've done all of that, so let's practice. I'm going to just put in 2 on here so that let's put some other information down here to make it look different. So I'm going to save it now, and I've clicked everyone off of there. I'm going to go ahead and do Save Now just to be sure, even though up here it shows that I've saved it already. It says it's saving, and it's saved. So what I should be able to do now, and it shows me where it's saved in the intern binder. And you'll be able to actually see where it's saved by over here in Recent Files. You can track back and forth. It says here, track copies, switch between different copies of the same file that you have previously opened. Here it says view all. So this here in particular doesn't have an extra set because I haven't created many new copies, but I could create a new copy there as well. This is a new clean copy. See, it's got a new number up at the top, so I know this is new. So let's try typing this in and show you how you can see that in the list of the files again. Just gonna type a bunch of things in here. And then this file is not uploaded, so I'm going to say I'm going to save it to my drive. It's updated. And now here's this file, but because I'm in it, it's light gray and I can't click on it. But I could go back to the other one that I saved here. And there it is. That's the previous one that I had typed in. So here I can toggle back and forth between different documents that I've saved, or I can click on view all and go and see all of them and be able to select that. Now when it comes to mentors, well, let's actually go back and forth between this here. Remember, candidates, you need to share this binder with your mentor. So once you fill in these documents and you complete these as you go, you're going to be completing these throughout the quad. For example, I'm going to switch over here to the CP log. I'm likely going to see someone else is typing in that. Yes. So if I click out of each of these, to be sure. Okay, so I'm just going to click on myself here. So now what I need to do, see how here I have not made my own copy? I clicked on save, and I'm going to click on create my own copy. Otherwise, I'm just typing into this same person's document. So now it's saving a document to Google Drive, and then it's going to come up as my own. And now I need to get rid of, because what I copied was someone else's. So I need to get rid of these, go through and click their content and get rid of that. And then I'm going to go in and start typing my own information. Okay, and then I should be able to, like here, I'm going to, this is my own copy, so I'm going to get rid of these comments here. And I'm going to save it as my own. Save now. And see how my name is in front of it up here, Lori Call Clinical Practice Log. So if I go to the tab that's File, I can see it highlighted in light gray here, but I can't click on it because I'm in it. But I could go back to the original Clinical Practice Log I opened. There it is. And that's the one that everyone seems to be sharing there, that they probably don't realize they need to make a copy of, which is why we have so many people in that document. So I can go back, the Lori Call Clinical Practice Log, there it is. Click it, and it's good to go. And that's what I typed in previously. And when I get to lesson plans over here, remember I cannot add lesson plans here. I have to go into edit only mode when I go back out to the main screen here. And I would click edit and I would go in and add my lesson plans. As a reminder, I have a tutorial on that as well. So next I'm going to switch into how mentors see this content. So I'm going to log out of this account and go into my Supervisors account so that I can see my candidates, hopefully. So I can see my candidates' work. All right, let's try this another way. Alright, so now this is my Supervisors account. As a supervisor and a mentor, you would have a free account and you'd have access to your candidates' binders because they shared them with you. So I have done that same thing, and I made a shelf called Clinical Practice. So when I go to that shelf, I have this particular student here and this student here as students that they have shared their binder with, and I can now go in and take a look. So let's take a look at this first one, this student's. So I know he's an intern, so I won't be clicking on the traditional information. I'll be clicking on the intern information, and I want to see his placement report and schedule so that I know what his schedule is. So he has gone in and made a copy himself, just like I showed previously in this video, and saved it. And so now when I go in, the last savable version is what I can see here. So I know what his schedule is, and I can see that here. I can go through each of these documents and do the same. I can start looking in his CP log to see if he has logged hours. For this situation, it says 8 hours, but I would be wanting to know how much he did each day with a kind of summary for each of those. So I'm probably going to leave a little note in here to say that, or just tell him verbally when we talk next. His daily lesson plans, I know he's uploaded some because I see them here in the yellow. I see it's August 31st, he named them that way, 2020. Then September 1st, 2020, and then September 4th, 2020. So what I don't have is the 1st of September and the 3rd of September. So those are the 2 days I would probably be asking him for. Although I understand in this environment right now with virtual learning that you may be teaching the same thing every day, and if that's the case, just still go ahead and upload those. So as a mentor then, or same thing with formal observations, I would see them below it if he had added any here, and competencies as a mentor, I'm going to be adding them here. I'm going to be updating their competency forms here, so I can go in and I can choose the text box, and I can click here and make an X or whatever it is I need to do to let them know that this is their current score on the competencies because I just observed one of their lessons. All right, so that's the basics of making sure you have a copy of your document, how to save it, how to make sure the content is there and that it doesn't leave when you go out of the document and go back in. I will be adding other tutorials as needed. So good luck and thank you.